Well, hello and greetings today. This particular video is going to be about people that I've been around most of my life. And I've been around some truly evil people, and I don't understand. One particular incident that happened to me is the first daycare job that I ever got hired on. And this lady hired me on the spot. She didn't have me to fill out an application. She didn't wait for my background check to come back or nothing, because she needed somebody. Okay, so this lady started off being a bus driver. I was paying this lady to get my daughter from school and to take her to school every day. And the main reason why I was paying this lady to do all that is because of the fact that I don't drive. I would often have to walk my daughter to school, but it was raining all the time. So I didn't want my daughter's school clothes to get soaked, and I didn't want to get soaked coming back home. So she started off being my daughter's school bus driver, which she had her own daycare. This lady did. And I'm going to say a month later, she because at the time I was a struggling young parent. My daughter was in elementary school. My child support check was very low. I was only getting $25 in child support. This was around the time when my baby daddy was very, very hateful and trifling toward me, but then want to come over to my house and eat out of my refrigerator. But anyways, my child support check was only $25, and I was only getting $50 in food stamps. So I was struggling. I was doing really bad. And so when this lady, who was my daughter's school bus driver, and all of a sudden, a month later, she calls me and she's like, "Do you want a job?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's going to say to me on the phone, "Yeah, I had this 20-year-old girl working for me, but I'm not going to fuck with her anymore because she quit on me when I really needed her." I'm like, "Why she quit?" She told me over the phone that the girl quit because the girl said that she never paid her. Now, I'm going to say the very next day, after she dropped my daughter off at my house, and she was talking to me about when she was going to pick me up, me and my daughter up, and she told me the following Monday, because this was a Friday, and me and her was talking in person about the job, because she already had an employee working for her, some chick who she paid for sure. Now, she knew not to do her like that, but for some reason, I guess she just wanted to just do me dirty. So This lady she's sitting in her car in the daycare bus talking to me after my daughter went in the house after she dropped my daughter off. And I came to the car to pay her for the week of her taking my daughter to school and dropping her off. This is what this evil ass bitch did. So she's talking to me and she's doing, this is how I know that she was evil. She says, yeah, this would be a good job experience for you. And like I told you on the phone yesterday, the 20-year-old girl who quit on me, I'm not gonna fuck with her no more. Because she told me that she quit because I didn't pay her. And then she gonna do this. She said, but why would I hire somebody for a job and not pay them? And she starts laughing after she did. Now, keep in mind, I didn't think of that as a red flag, that this woman was going to turn around and do me the same way she did the 20-year-old girl, because she really needed somebody. But the whole time she's telling me that the girl told her to her face that she quit because she never did pay her. And she got this smirk on her face while she's talking to me about the situation. She know damn well she didn't pay that girl. She know damn well that what the girl said was true. Me, I was so happy to get a job because I was a struggling young mother. So, not at all did I ever think that she was going to turn around and do me the same way she did the girl who was working for her before she offered me the job. Every day that I would come to work, she had this mean mug on her face. She wouldn't even say good morning. Okay, that was another red flag. Here's the thing. My own sister told me that it gave me a warning that this woman was going to do me dirty. But I didn't want to listen to my sister because I was just so happy to get a job at that time because, like I said, I was struggling. I had no money, and anytime I had extra money, I had to pay her, the lady who offered me the job. I had to pay her because she was taking my daughter to school and dropping my daughter back off. But not only the fact that I would come to work every day, I would say good morning before I clock in. She just had this mean mug on her face. She was always mad. And I had no idea why she had an attitude as soon as I started working for her. Then another thing had happened. The state came out, I'm going to say 2 weeks later, after I was working for her, the state came out. And she was telling me when they get here, she wanted me to lie to the state and tell them that it was my first day on the job. And I did, because they did ask me that. And then they also asked me what were the ages of the babies, because she had me working in the baby room. A month passed, and I asked her, I'm like, where's my check? She gonna tell me that that I didn't get paid yet. She was telling me the next week, the following next week is when I get paid. So then that day came. She would make me go outside with all 30 of these kids after the other employee would leave around 2 o'clock, because I would have to stay there with her because I wouldn't get off until 6 o'clock. Mind you, my daughter was attending her daycare also. So this was the day that she was supposed to pay me. And I did make a story time about this, but I'm just trying to make a point about how evil people are. Because this bitch was evil. She was 49, almost 50 years old, but she looked good for a person. And she was in shape for a person to be almost 50. But after she got done mopping the daycare and cleaning the daycare, and she had me and all 30 of these kids outside, it was sprinkling. She didn't care. It was hot as hell outside. Kids was complaining to me that mosquitoes was biting them. Mosquitoes was also biting me because I had on shorts that day. And right after she let us back in the daycare, I asked her, I'm like, where's my check? She's like, well, let me explain something to you. So she had me to sit down with her at this table. She's like, I paid for your CPR and your license and first aid out of your check. And I'm like, how much was that? She's going to tell me $200. Now, she was telling me that the job paid $8 before I started. I'm like, so after she told me that she paid for my CPR license, my first aid, and everything, I said, so where's the rest of my money? She gonna look down. She's like, well, I have the rest of your money. It's in my purse. And like I said, when I told this story maybe 2 years ago, this bitch went to her car, got her purse, took out $20 to give to me. And after she did that, I went off. And I'm like, I don't know if you think I'm slow or whatever, and I wasn't born yesterday. Why are you only giving me $20? And you claim you paid for my CPR and my first aid and all this and that. And she's going to say, wait a minute, because you're getting upset. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting upset because you told me something and now you giving me $20. I told her, I said, I know it's only 5 o'clock and I'm supposed to get off at 6, but you have upset me. So me and my daughter are fixing to leave and get on the bus so we can go home. She's like, but you know that that's not your job schedule. You're supposed to get off at 6. And I told her I really don't give a damn. I told my daughter to get her jacket and a backpack. I got my purse and my jacket and shit. And I left out of her daycare and I didn't give a fuck. She was going to have to figure out how she was going to change all those diapers and handle all those big kids by herself. I went home and she calls me, I'm going to say around 7 o'clock at night. She's like, I'm going to pick your daughter up for 2 weeks and you don't have to pay me. And then she's like, you're going to get the rest of your money. It's some excuse that she gave me. But after I got off the phone with her, I was so mad, I just started thinking. And thinking, like, what was I going to do? Because she really thinks that I'm slow. If she thinks that I'm going to keep working for her after she pulled a stunt on me and gave me $20 out of her purse, telling me that was all that was left out of my check. She did pay her employees in cash. She told me that much before I even started working for her. But that night, later on that night, I'm going to say 3 hours after she called me and told me that I didn't have to pay her for taking my daughter to school, I texted her phone. I told her, I'm not coming to work for you anymore, and my daughter is not riding your school bus anymore. And I'm going to take you to court because you know damn well you were supposed to pay me. And then you're going to turn around and tell me that another girl who you had working for you quit on you because you didn't pay her. Then you're going to turn around and do me the same way you did her. I don't know who you think I am, but you don't have to bother coming to my daughter's school to pick her up. I will pick my daughter up and bring her home. And I'm not working for you anymore. You're going to have to find you somebody else. And I said, goodbye, is what I texted. So this bitch texts me the very next day at 6 a.m. in the morning. She gonna talk smart. She gonna say, first of all, I don't know what you're mad about. I told you what happened about your check. You have a job to perform, and you're supposed to come here, and you're all mad and everything, but I'm the boss, and when I tell you something, you're supposed to believe it. Some bullshit that she was saying. I'm going to say a week later, she calls me and says that I had another check and that I could come up there and get it. I calls her back that same week and I told her me and my sister is coming up there. So my sister's going to drive me up there and I'm going to get my check from her. Now, I don't know whether she thought me and my sister was coming up there to jump her, but that's how people are, especially evil people. They know that they're dirty and grimy and conniving, but they always think that you're going to do something back to them because they know they did you dirty. She called me back that same day. She's like, you know, you don't have to come up here to get your check. I'm going to just mail it to you. A week later, I'm going to the mailbox faithfully. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. No check. No check. So I text her and I told her that I will see you in court, which I never did take her to court. I just said that to scare her. Now, another example of how evil people are is like this other story time I did a year ago about me and one of my ex-boyfriends was driving around. But the apartments that I was staying in, people were known to be coming there to buy crack. The police stopped me and my ex-boyfriend and made us get out of the car. It was a black policeman and a white policeman. Now, the white policeman was doing all the talking. They put the handcuffs on my boyfriend at the time and said to him, get in the motherfucking back seat. Like that. Now, the whole time this redneck white policeman is asking me questions, he has this smirk and this smile on his face. And that's, like I said, that's an indication of anybody who is always smirking and smiling when they're supposed to be serious. That lets you know that they're evil. Evil as fuck. Just like the lady who never paid me for the first daycare job that I ever worked at. And then the black police officer was doing all this laughing. After they got done asking me all these questions, after they got done making my ex-boyfriend sit in the back seat handcuffed, the white police officer had the black police officer to take the handcuffs off of him, and they told us that we can leave. But I will never forget that because the police pulled us over and stopped us and made us get out of the car because they swear that we was trying to buy some crack, which we wasn't. And I have some other incidents that happened in my life that I could say, you know, it's a lot of storage in this phone, so that's going to be another video for another day. But I've been around a lot of evil people in my life. Evil people. Just evil. And I don't understand it. But I'm about to end this video because I do have to cook and then I have to run some errands. I hope y'all enjoy this content. Until then, y'all stay blessed.